Straight ahead on 12 News, Rethinking College. We'll show you how one mom is helping her children get degrees without an ounce of debt. Plus, a police chase ends in Plymouth. Police say it was linked to a kidnapping. But first, helping laid-off Target employees find jobs. Local recruiters share their insights. 12 News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Target laid off 1,700 employees this week at their corporate offices in Minneapolis and Brooklyn Park.
But when one door closes, another one opens, as local job recruiters now step up attempts to hire the people Target let go. Delane Cleveland joins us now to explain. Delane?
Mike and Alex, local recruiters say that Target employees are held in high regard since they know Target has a strict selection and assessment process. That means many of the 1,700 people who are now out of work may not necessarily be unemployed for too long.
If you're an IT recruiter right now, I'm not going to be shy about it. I am trying to figure out who was let go yesterday. I have companies who are hiring, we're tweeting it out, we're putting it on LinkedIn, Facebook, and to our friends. I'm being aggressive about it, hopefully not being a jerk about it. We don't want to be insensitive, but we have groups who are hiring.
Paul DeBeddings helps find employees for startups and small tech companies in the Twin Cities. He also runs a blog called Minnesota Headhunter. He says there are some talented people who are laid off from the Target corporate headquarters on Tuesday. People who worked in IT, marketing, and public relations could have an easy time finding work, while entry-level business analysts may find it more challenging. One place that has a similar culture to Target is Golden Valley-based Buffalo Wild Wings. A recruiter for that company says they have 30 open spots at the corporate office, and he says some of those former Target employees could be a great fit for Buffalo Wild Wings.
We know Target hires a lot of great people. We know a lot of people that work at Target are engaged in very challenging assignments. So when we are looking for employees, Target is one of those first companies we do look at in terms of trying to get them to work for our company.
Meantime, recruiters say that if you are one of the people who's been laid off, be sure to have your resume and LinkedIn profile up to date, because you may be competing with your former colleagues for a job. Mike?
All right, thanks, Delane. An alert driver who called 911 Tuesday evening is credited with helping to put an end to a kidnapping and high-speed chase that ended in Plymouth. According to the Minnesota State Patrol, a 911 call came in about an aggressive driver in a Toyota Camry with a small child in the front seat. At the same time, Minneapolis police put out an alert for a Toyota Camry possibly connected with a child abduction. The State Patrol located the vehicle in Minnetonka along I-494, and a short chase ended near Highway 55 when the driver got stuck in the mud trying to pass traffic. It caused a traffic backup, but the 4-year-old boy was found safe and reunited with his family.
We're very grateful this little boy was recovered very quickly. We had a 911 caller who gave us a location. She had no idea the circumstances other than an aggressive driver, and thankfully she called in to report something suspicious, and it provided us with a possible location, and then the officers, hearing this information on the radio, could watch for the vehicle.
The 24-year-old driver was known to the boy's family. He was taken into custody. Charges are pending.
How do you stop increased rail traffic from moving into your city? Well, if you're the Hennepin County Board, you beat the competition to the punch. The county board has directed staff to buy property on West Broadway that 2 railroad companies need to reroute freight traffic through Crystal. 2 businesses currently rent from the owner of the property. They are North Suburban Towing and Thomas Auto Body and Collision. If the county buys the property, those businesses would not have to move. A legal fight is possible with the railroads if the county does buy the land. Canadian Pacific and BNSF need the property to meet shipping demands for North Dakota oil and other freight. A forum on the proposed rail connection will be held tonight. That's Wednesday evening at the Crystal Community Center. Federal regulators are expected to attend. CarMax opened its first Minnesota store today in Brooklyn Park.
The used car giant celebrated the opening with a gift to charity. There was a lot of fanfare for the opening of the CarMax store. This location will hold more than 250 used vehicles of nearly every make and model. The store officials say the opening has already helped the local economy with added jobs and community support.
We have a lot of associates. Most of our associates do come from the local areas, so we believe in really giving back to the community. We've created more than 75 jobs for the community.
CarMax is also donating $100,000 to local charities, and most of that money will go toward a playground building project in partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities and Kaboom, a national nonprofit.
A medical device company moving to Plymouth will get help from the state to make building improvements and add jobs. Smith's Medical will receive nearly $900,000 from a state job creation fund to move its headquarters to this site on Nathan Lane. The funding will help the company pay for $7.5 million in improvements at the office building. Smith's Medical is currently located in Arden Hills. The move to Plymouth will help the company improve efficiency and support additional growth. Besides moving 400 existing employees to Plymouth, it plans to create more than 150 new jobs with the average wage of about $45 an hour.
2 local high schools will be getting new principals. At Osseo High School, Assistant Principal Michael Lehan will replace retiring Principal Robert Perdames. Lehan has also served as Assistant Principal at Maple Grove and Harding High School in St. Paul. At Maple Grove High School, Bart Becker will become principal when Sarah Vernig moves to a job at the district office. Becker has been an assistant principal at Park Center High School for the past 4 years. The changes take effect on July 1st. Coming up, credits before college. We'll show you a way that's helping students save big on a 4-year degree.
And then a little bit later in sports, the Maranatha Christian Academy Mustangs are set for the state boys basketball tournament. We will preview their game.
But first, late April weather continues. Thursday, we should top 60 degrees. Spring is still officially more than a week away, but some folks are already dragging out their golf clubs. Rush Creek Golf Course in Maple Grove opened its driving range today. Many folks spent the afternoon working on their swings, and golfers were hitting off mats to protect the turf.
This is one of the earliest springs we've had as far as opening up the driving range. 3 seasons ago, we were able to open the course on St. Patrick's Day, but after the last 2 springs we've had, this is a welcome surprise.
The Rush Creek driving range is open daily from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. The main course not expected to open for a couple of weeks. And boy, I bet those guys are excited.
Exactly.
Well, if you have kids in the house, chances are you have thought about paying for college.
One local mom is encouraging people to rethink college and how much it's supposed to cost you. Instead, discover how your student can get credits before college. Reporter Shannon Slatton explains in today's Money Savers.
College has just gotten so expensive that if you go in without a roadmap, typically you come out with student loan debt that is burdensome.
Sherry Frame started thinking about how her 3 kids could get through college when they were young.
I've got 3 kids that are within a 4-year span, and the college bills are going to be enormous.
So Sherry found ways for her children to earn college credit during high school.
My oldest is 22. He graduated with his 4-year degree the same time he graduated high school.
Her daughter did the same, and the youngest,
my just turned 19-year-old son, graduated high school in May, has 1 year left of college.
3 students with college degrees and no debt. Sherry says it's possible.
In Minnesota, we have a fabulous program. Post-secondary education enrollment, 2 years of college for free for any student who qualifies. And you qualify by doing well in school.
But PSEO is only one option. Another is credit by exam.
That is the best kept secret in higher education nationwide.
By taking the nationally recognized DSST or CLEP test for $80 per exam, you can earn transferable credits worth hundreds or thousands of dollars.
When you're done studying a subject, U.S. history, algebra, world history, is there a test and a credit by exam opportunity that goes with the subject you just studied?
To help other parents navigate this method, Sherry published a workbook and operates a website called Credits Before College. There she's compiled how she helped give her kids a debt-free education.
And I want to give them that gift, the same gift my parents gave me, a college education, or at least the idea that you can do something beyond being a student without the burden of debt.
And it's worthwhile to note you need to check with your college of choice to make sure your credits will transfer. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's much more that Sherry Frame talks about with avoiding the high price of college. And she has a workshop coming up in Wayzata on March 26th. Mike and Alex, the cost of that is $25 per family. And of course, we have more information on our website, Sherry's as well, creditsbeforecollege.com. If we'd only known, right?
Right. Interesting conversation.
Definitely.
Thanks a lot, Shannon.
Thank you.
Coming up, food for thought, how a local chef is motivating kids to eat healthy.
But first in sports, Champlin Park starts its pursuit of a state boys basketball title. John Jacobson has the highlights of that game and more when we come back.
Champlin Park is so going to win. I have so much faith in the guys. They've gotten so far as is, so let's hope that they do well.
Well, you can understand why confidence is sky high for the basketball team at Champlin Park High School. After all, the team does have several potential D1 recruits, and the student body got a break from school this morning to cheer on the boys hoops team at the state tournament as they made the trip to Target Center for a 10 a.m. tip-off. And you know, John, having a lot of people there couldn't hurt, and they did pretty well.
No, a lot of fan support, and yeah, the team played pretty well as well. Champlin Park's boys basketball team has made no secret of their goal to win the state tournament this year, not just get there. Their quarterfinal round game brought the Rebels one game closer to that goal. Top-seeded Champlin Park facing an overmatched St. Francis team in the quarterfinals. McKinley Wright steps back, hits a long two-pointer here, and the sophomore scores 7 of the Rebels' first 10 points of the game. Off a missed St. Francis three, JT Gibson gets the rebound, outlets to Marty Hill, who drives and scores 2 of his 12 first-half points. Wright fakes a three from the corner and then drives to the basket and scores and draws a foul. He scores 17 points to lead Champlin Park. Metro Player of the Year, JT Gibson rises up for the two-pointers. The Rebels extend their lead to 12. In transition, it's Jeremy Johnson taking it strong all the way himself. He also nets 17 points in the game as this one turns into a rout. Aaron Klepner caps the first half, beating the buzzer with a three-pointer that put the Rebels up 52-23 at halftime. Klepner scores 12 points off the bench. Early second half, Gibson to Johnson inside for an easy 2 as Champlin Park goes on to win big over St. Francis 90-47 in another unselfish effort from the Rebels.
These guys share the ball so well, and when you move the ball so well, you kind of take what the defense gives you, and fortunately we're good shooters from outside. We can take it off the dribble, or we can get it inside to our big with Theo, and our boys kind of moved the ball well, shared it, and played great team basketball today.
Champlin Park meets Shakopee in the state 4A semifinals Thursday night at 6 at Target Center. We'll have highlights from the Hopkins-Lakeville North game Thursday starting at 4 on 12 News. Another Brooklyn Park-based school is set to compete in the Class A boys state tournament. Maranatha Christian Academy is in the tourney for a 3rd straight season. The Mustangs are tuning up for their opening game Thursday afternoon in the Class A tourney. Maranatha is the number 2 seed and will face the same quarterfinal round opponent as last year, Red Lake.
Very similar, a lot of trapping out of a 2-3 zone, and they like to run, and so I think it's going to be a really up-tempo game on Thursday. And, you know, when you get to the tournament at this point, every team is good, and you just want to get your guys prepared for all the different styles that they're going to see.
To say Maranatha didn't have an easy game to get to state is an understatement. The Mustangs edged Minneapolis North 69-67 in overtime to win the Section 4 title. That's after the Polars had handed them a 29-point loss earlier in the season.
We put a lot of hard work and preparation in for that game, and we just took it to them, and we had a little bitter taste from the last time we played them, obviously losing by 30, but
it was one of the most exciting games I've ever played in. Getting to state is one thing, but when you have to go against a team like North, it just makes the victory and the state tournament so much more fulfilling when you have to earn it.
Maranatha and Red Lake tip off in what should be a high-scoring contest Thursday at 3 p.m. at Williams Arena. Maranatha's girls team is also looking for a return to the state tournament. Mustangs took another step toward that goal Tuesday night. Maranatha hosting Heritage in the Section 4A semifinals. Mustangs on the run. Jacqueline Jarnot to Ashley Lewis. It's 8-0 MCA. Lexi Lee steps back and drills a long 3 for Maranatha, and it's 13-2. Heritage has a good player, an 8th grader, Taylor Scott. She gets a steal and goes all the way for 2 as the Eagles mount a comeback. Michaela Lean with a great pass to Maddie Torvey, and the lead is cut down to 6 points. But Maranatha fires back, and Elsie Moore's jump shot at the buzzer gives the Mustangs a 40-23 halftime lead. Second half, Jacqueline Jarnot with the long outlet pass to sister Elena for 2 points for MCA. Lee'll drive, make a nice fake, and score off the glass. Maranatha routs Heritage 85-60. They advance to the section final Friday against Legacy Christian. In Class 2A, the Providence Academy girls were looking to reach the Section 5 final. The Lions facing Watertown Mayor in the South Subsection Championship. Providence is in white. Ashley Borland with a 3, and the Lions jump out to a 9-2 lead to start the game. Watertown Mayor's Claire Killian drives to the baseline. Her layup rolls around and in, and the Royals grab the lead 25-22. Providence takes the lead back in the second half. Maggie Murphy to Mackenzie Murtha for 3, and the Lions go up 41-37. Nice hands by Clara Counts. She catches and scores here, plus the foul. The Royals have trouble stopping her in this game. Counts gets another 3-point play chance as she scores inside. Providence wins the subsection title, and they'll face Annandale in the section final Friday at St. Cloud State. And that's a look at sports for today.
All right, thanks, John. Who says it has to taste icky to be healthy?
A local chef gives a new perspective on food when we come back. And finally, some students in the Osseo School District sliced and diced with a chef today and discovered healthy eating can taste pretty good.
Actually looking at this and making it and knowing the ingredients and stuff, it's actually pretty good to try, you know? Try something new. And the green beans, oh my gosh, spot on.
Sesame green beans and broccoli apple salad are just a few of the items students at the Osseo Area Learning Center helped prepare for today's school lunch. The students worked with guest chef Marshall O'Brien of Minneapolis. It's a hands-on lesson about healthy meal preparation and the difference between eating and nourishing.
We have a culture of convenience, and so most people are relying on convenience foods, and we need to reverse that because we know that food has a huge impact on people's health, and we're starting to have more awareness about it, and we know that certain foods can help kids have calmer behavior and focus better and have consistent energy, and the same is for adults too.
After lunch, the students also have a chance to weigh in on today's menu with a taste test survey. And we were both over there, looked really good.
Nobody was turning up their noses
at
broccoli.
They were sampling. That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Community Corner is up next. We'll see you here tomorrow starting at 4.